come on, yeah, not fair. You are seeing our videos, but then you are not subscribing to our channel. Not fair, right? So you should go and subscribe to our channel immediately. Go and click the bell icon to listen to fresh music every Saturday. Hi guys, welcome to the fourth episode of the Indie Couch Sessions. It's been a great ride so far. I mean, it actually makes me very happy to tell you all that we've been very lucky to have a wonderful response from people, a little bit of people who listen to us, and we are still very new. We are growing, and it's still a very niche concept, that singer-songwriter thing in India right now, because some cities it has caught up definitely, but then still people believe in a band more than singer-songwriters. I mean, whenever you go for pitching a gig, they'll first ask you that, are you guys a band? The moment you say you're a singer-songwriter, and like you're like two steps back there. Anyway, so the whole idea is to ensure that these things don't happen, and that's why Indie Couch Sessions. And tonight rather, I have with me somebody who actually I relate to a lot. Somebody who reminds me of my time 5 years back or a little earlier, probably. Ayushman Basu,
I
beautiful singer-songwriter. He's just recently released a single of his called Floyd, which I heard, and I've been hearing that a little bit in loop since this morning because I had to, meet him, and I feel it's very essential to, understand the music of the person who you are going to talk to. No matter if he has just started or he's very experienced or whatever it is, you have to understand the backstory. So, thank you, Ayushman, first of all, for agreeing to do this with me because. I know that we keep meeting each other digitally these days. Over the last
yeah
1 year or so, I've been
yeah
coming into your sessions. You are doing a fantastic job as a podcaster, and you are
yeah
you are actually promoting a lot of positivity. I don't know whether you
yeah.
can promote positivity. Rather, you are probably giving
Thank you,
that
man.
spark. You're giving that spark, and
Yeah.
then you actually inspire me a lot. To do this even more.
Oh
And
man,
I
thank you so much.
remember I remember sitting here in my house with you, and you had told me that why did you stop these sessions? What happened? And you told me, yeah, we got
Mm,
busy in between. But then later on, I
yeah
thought, yeah, I mean, if somebody is asking, that means, I mean, there must be others also who are asking. Today, Ayushman is asking
yeah
me because he knows me. Maybe there are others who don't know me.
yeah
And
yeah
I feel that it's very important for them to listen to your music because I feel it's very lyrical. That's one. And
yeah
secondly, you are somebody who's very young and who's already doing a lot of good work around the mediums that we have. I mean,
yeah
you don't become indie just because you are doing music, but then your podcast itself is pretty indie enough to talk about, right? So
yeah.
before everything else, I think I spoke a lot. The floor is open to you right now. So tell us
Yeah.
about the first song you're going to sing and how have you been? And I think you are still in Calcutta by the looks of it. So
Yeah, man.
tell us what's happening in life.
First of all, man, I really want to thank you for doing this because I have been, I don't know, like it feels like I have known you for a long time, but I have met you so less, and that always feels like such a, like issue, like such a odd thing. Like I feel like the way you promote, actually the way you are and the way you do your music and your live sessions, I feel like I'm always seeing you on social media, but then I have only met you once till now, and that is such a sad thing. I hope we can meet again and do something together.
I'm
But
sure we
anyway,
will.
man, thank you so much, Rit, for kind of calling me and at least having a conversation with me, because I think these things happen really less these days, having conversations with people in the normal sense, right? And one of the ways I communicate is not only through my job, like which I am in the communications job, but also through my podcast or through my music. I think those are one of the
That's right.
most purest forms of communications. So I've been trying to like do a lot, but man, it's been so tough during what has been going on all around me. My family suffered from COVID. I was suffering from COVID since some few weeks back, and everything went down. Like whatever I could pull myself up to, I again had to pull myself up to that
I
same
understand.
level in the past week or something. And I was not able to write, by the way, simply as that. I was not able to write since a long time. So as a starting, I would like to just sing a song which acted as a breaker. Like my block broke through that song,
Interesting.
and I think you heard it because I also uploaded a very rough version on Facebook.
Okay.
So it's the song is called Light. It's because I wrote it for the people, especially people like you and other people who inspired me or made me happy, even
I'm
for.
You are
bloody 5
pushing
minutes.
you are pushing me to the moon right now. I won't be able to land. Just calm down, brother.
No,
Take
man.
it easy. Take
Nah,
it
man.
easy.
It's been like, it's like I feel so grateful to people who are around me at this point of time, and without whom I couldn't be anywhere. And my music is actually in a form, this song at least is a form of me being grateful to y'all, and whosoever been out there and
How
helping me
wonderful
push.
that is.
I've been down and out, beaten by the storm, in a room full of people, but still home alone. You might have seen me at my very best. Right now I'm helpless, like a bird caged in its nest. There you go, singing with the spirit so free. I feel a bit better for the light you shine on me. Nothing's wrong or right when you are with me. I feel a bit better for the light you shine on me. Since the world shut down with so many stranded, the last thing I wanna do is take this life for granted. I can't find a way of making any sense. Can we just start talking? Maybe you can comprehend. There you go, singing with the spirit so free. I feel a bit better for the light you shine on me. Nothing's wrong or right when you are with me. I feel a bit better for the light you shine on me.
Woohoo! Bring on the reggae time! Reggae time! Reggae time! Beautiful, beautiful. Was it like consciously that you wanted to keep it reggae, or it just happened?
Oh, it just happened now. It's not like this.
Is it?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. And also, I mean, your music and the reason why I thought that it should be spoken about, and why what caught my ears basically.
Yeah.
It's there that, I mean, like the fact that we had done an Instagram live 1 year ago, but that
Yeah.
time, honestly, listening to you on an Instagram live and listening to you properly in front, or listening to your audio, three are very, very different things. So, I
Right.
mean, that time I couldn't really gauge your sound as such. But then over time, when I heard your work, whatever videos you put out, or whatever,
Yeah.
I think your song Floyd, which is on Spotify, which is great.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
so these things, when I heard it over time, uh, I felt there is a sense of nostalgia hidden somewhere, and there's a lot of Anjan Datta and Gobi Shimon out there. I mean, which is coming out in English, but I feel there's a lot of
Has to
Anjan
be.
Datta and a lot of Gobi Shimon, and uh, the things that every Bengali boy here has grown up listening to. So I felt that a lot in your music. So tell me,
Yeah.
I know I knew certain things that you are a fan of Anjan Datta and all, but then later on it helped me delve deeper into the subject and find out who are the other Anjan Datta fans around me, and what kind of music are they making. And so when I
Yeah.
went back, actually you are the only guy who actually practices what he preaches. I mean, your sound has that. So tell us about that process. Yeah, I mean, when did you start thinking
I
about acquiring a sound?
um actually everything I wrote my first song in 2016 when I was doing my masters in London, right? I
Right.
did not even know how it like how it came around, because at that time it was something I was writing poetry, And I thought, why not string together my words by some
Mhm.
basic tunes which I knew. I am not a guitarist, simple as that.
Mhm.
I am a very basic guitarist. I play rhythm. And
Mhm.
especially that's why I always work with people who are much more better than me on an instrumental basis. My poetry started to become my lyrics back in 2016.
Mhm.
I found my sound was when I was in Bombay in 2018.
Okay.
Basically, during a time which was the worst time in my life, not in the sense of being my mental state, but physically I was very tired. Bombay made me very physically tired. I was going
City does
from
that to
my
you.
job. It does that.
Mhm.
My daily routine was such that I was working more than 12 hours a day, and especially with my travel time, it was going more than
Mhm.
12 hours. My
Mhm.
sound came from my whole desperation and my tiredness, in a way, that I just wanted to make. I wanted to form something because I was getting very irritated of the fact that I was not able to make a song till then,
That's right.
because it has been 2 years since my first lyrics and my first basic chord,
Oh
but I
God.
could not get anything out at that point of
Do
time.
you know that our storyline is very much similar?
Yeah, I know, because I think you told me
Also,
about your Bombay stories.
the
I
the,
know.
the
Yes.
timeline is also somewhat
Yeah.
similar. 20
Timeline.
very
Timeline I
similar.
don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, I can understand your relationship to Bombay is also quite similar. I know because you spoke to me about that in the podcast as well. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, so when I started writing and forming my music, I thought I will keep it very simple because I like simple music myself,
Mhm.
right? I like lyrics any day for me, although I know that people will say, if you like lyrics, then why don't you read poetry? I read poetry as well. I write poetry as well. It's not that I don't do that.
Mhm.
But there is a certain sense which I derive from the lyricism of any song.
Right.
Like when I hear Bob Dylan, or maybe when I hear Bobby Schumann, even when I hear Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd is very musically heavy, but when you hear Dark Side of the Moon, something,
Mhm.
an album, you
Mhm.
cannot dispel the lyrics of that album, because that makes a lot of sense to me. The words which are
Mhm.
sung either by your either by Waters or by David Gilmour or
Mhm.
whosoever, their
Mhm.
lyricism is often underplayed, I feel, as compared to the music of that album. I knew, like, if you ever see Pink Floyd, the way they made
It's
their
a
music,
nice
they
reading.
experimented a lot,
Yeah.
right? Their lyricism is always very much underplayed, right? And I felt that whatever should be my song should have a story, it should have a
Mhm.
journey. Every song should be a
Bang on.
storytelling in itself.
Bang on.
It
Bang on.
should not, it should not be it should not be, although for me, when I write the lyrics, it's
Mhm.
always a scattered sense of words. It's
Same with me.
always
Yeah.
scattered words.
It's very difficult.
I
I think there's no grammar, right? I mean, you
There's
you
no grammar,
you
man.
did
It's
not follow
it's
it if there's nothing set
I
pattern that
can't.
you have to. So,
I can't follow, even if there is, right? If somebody wrote a theory on music writing,
mhm.
ho sakta hai. Somebody wrote a book that this is how you write music. I wouldn't be able to follow that shit, man. Like, that's not there for me. I
Mhm.
cannot do it. Some words is automatically coming after some some phrase
Mhm.
that might sound dumb to you, but that sounds sensible to me. That's the beauty of it. what
Exactly.
might what might sound dumb to others, that might
Mhm.
sound completely introspective, it might sound completely very much bang on to somebody else. And I love that change of perspective in life, not even
Mhm.
in my music. I love change of perspectives in my life. Hence I do the
That's
podcast,
perfect.
by the way, because hence I do the podcast because I love hearing different perspectives, especially the ones who are totally opposite,
Mm.
because that gives me a huge
Hey,
number of perspectives.
on
Yeah.
on that thought, actually, I mean, come to think of it, most musicians who've gone on to become really big names, they are the ones who have broken the grammar. Adi Burman,
Yeah.
A.R. Rahman,
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
guys have broken grammars everywhere. When A.R. Rahman came into the scene, nobody really he had called up Kumar Sanu and Alka Yagnik to sing the entire
Yeah.
Roja album, and both of them
Yeah.
refused because they hadn't heard the name. And that kind of
Exactly.
obscure beats was not the pattern in Bombay film industry
Oh
back
my God. I can't even begin to. I know that you're into Rahman, so I'll make this context. I can't
then.
even begin to explain how Roja, Bombay, and the third film in the trilogy, I'm forgetting the name, Dil Se, these three movies and their albums made in my life.
Mhm.
Like whenever I hear Roja still now, it gives me, I can't even believe that is actually an album because it is something out of this world for me, at
Exactly,
least.
exactly.
It is something out of this world. I know A.R. Rahman has done a lot more after that, which
Mhm.
has, where you can talk about he has developed a lot, but to me,
Mhm.
that is legit OG Rahman. When you hear Roja album, that's like OG Rahman. You cannot beat that shit.
I
It's
love
like
this. I love this lingo. OG.
Flick for me, that's like Tupac in his core. When Tupac came into the scene, for me, because I'm a hip hop head, right? I also
Mhm.
love hip hop. If Tupac is for me, if Tupac's first, like, his album, the album is Me Against the World, for
Mhm.
me, is one of the best albums of hip hop. For me,
Mhm.
that's A.R. Rahman with Roja. Yes,
Wow.
Tupac made on to have like bigger hits. For me, Tupac and Rahman with those two albums, my God, it has
Yeah, baat hai.
blown my mind apart. So
Well,
yeah, I mean,
coming back to your music again. I mean, we'll again talk about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
Tell us about the next song a little bit, and also once you are done with the song, we'll ask you on the songwriting process by living in
Uh,
different cities.
what I'll do is that what is happening to me now, I'm writing some new songs
Mhm.
and I'm trying to record them.
Mhm.
But what has happened is that a lot of old songs have gone into obscurity. The
Okay.
problem is that.
Mhm.
So I kind of went back to one Bengali song which I wrote, which
Wow.
is a very sad memory for me because I was
That's not
seeing
wow.
an
Okay.
interview. I was like, listening to an interview between Kobir Suman and Anjan Dotto,
Oh, the
where
one on
Anjan Dotto takes
YouTube.
exactly my point.
Oh
Exactly.
man.
In the end of that second episode, Kobir Suman starts to sing that song is about friendships and about loss, right? Uh, where he starts to sing that song, which I'm totally forgetting. But this is inspired by a Kobir Shuman song. And I wrote this song that night after hearing that interview because I was feeling like, very anxious. And
Mhm.
at that time, I was alone in Bombay, and suddenly the loneliness kind of hit me. And
All
the
right.
name of the song is also very much very similar to one of the songs you have, which is called Boy. My song
Okay.
is also called Boy.
Let's hear this boy now.
ভয় ধরে শিরায় শিরায় আর নেই কেউ নেই নিঝুম রাস্তায় কাটা তারে হাত পড়ে কেউ পাশে দাঁড়ায় চোখে দেখি ঘুরে দেখি তোমার মুখ ধুলোয় মিশে যায় দেখব না আমি আর তোমার এই গঠন তোমার কত কান্না হাসি তুমি ছিলে কতটা সরল শুনবো না আমি আর তোমার গান যদিও আবার শুনতে চাই দেখা হবে না আর আমাদের বন্ধু পড়ে রইল অ্যাস্ট্রেতে ছাই বন্ধু কি খবর ভালোবেসে বলল কবির সুমন এই শুনশান রাত্রে আমার আকড়ায় মন চলে যাওয়ার সময় আগে একবার দেখা করে যেও জানি না কোথায় আর কবে তোমার দেখা পাবো দেখা পাবো দেখা পাবো কবে তোমার দেখা পাবো দেখা পাবো দেখা পাবো দেখা পাবো কবে তোমার দেখা পাবো দেখা পাবো দেখা পাবো
Oh, the song is dope, bro. this is a fully dope song, and the way you say "Dekha Pabo," I mean that the tonality with which you said "Dekha Pabo," that's the dope in the song. Just for our listeners, if you have tuned in to our channel earlier, if you have liked our episodes in the past, whatever you have seen, do subscribe to our channel. And this is going to really help us. This is going to help these musicians as well as help us to reach more people, and these songs can reach you guys. And I'll come back to you, Ayushman, for our viewers who are also, which also comprises a lot of non-Bengali speaking people. If you could break down the song for them in a nutshell.
Yeah. So the whole point is, as I told you, I gave the context, right, and of how I heard an interview where he sang a certain song.
No,
Kobi
I
Sharma
mean,
sang a
like,
certain.
who are you
Yeah.
calling out to? Whose Dakha are you,
It's
awaiting?
it's 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 about everyone. I felt a tremendous sense of loneliness at that point of time.
So
And
anybody who
boy,
who who could meet
boy,
you
my
probably.
parents, my parents, especially, number one, my
Mhm,
parents, because suddenly I've been living apart from my parents since since quite some time now.
mhm,
Now everybody's together due to COVID and all. But at
mhm.
that time, I'm not like that normally, because I'm a person who looks forward to new challenges and staying alone, having the
That's right.
independent life. But at that very moment, I was feeling very lonely. I
It was a terrible
almost
time.
I almost cried in a way. I'll tell you as well, if I have to be very vulnerable and open about it. And it was not a COVID time, by the way. It was a normal day after a day in office. You come back. I
Okay.
was hearing that interview, and then suddenly when I heard that song, I just broke down at that point of time, and I did not know who to talk to. My
Mhm,
song became my way to kind of express at that point of time, because I was feeling very clogged up inside. So when
mhm.
I say Dakha Pabo, it means that it's my parents, it's my friends who I haven't met in a long, long time. Bhoy means, which is in Bengali, it means fear, right? The fear is stemming from the point that I suddenly felt for a certain time I won't be able to meet them again. Simple
Mhm,
as that. It's a very unnatural fear, but
mhm.
it grips you, because
Absolutely.
sometimes what happens in the life when you go through certain episodes and you're
Mhm,
alone, your
mhm.
loneliness can grip you. And it gripped me at that point of time. I know I'm not ashamed to say that.
No, no, absolutely.
And
You should be talking about it. I mean,
and
I didn't know you back then, or else, I mean, I would have probably given you a call had I known about these things.
yeah,
I think
and
this
thank you
is
so much. Yeah, it's
like
it's a tough thing, man.
no matter what the time, I mean, you should definitely reach out to people and see who's available to talk. I mean, you can just
Yeah,
strike a conversation, maybe talk about
yeah,
some music that you've been listening to. And
yeah,
actually, that
yeah,
brings us to our next segment, where I am going to ask you about the songs
yeah.
you've been listening to of late, and
Oh,
any particular indie artists you are listening to and would like to
loads, man.
recommend.
My God,
Two or three names
loads,
if you would like to recommend that they are a must listen.
loads, man. Because it's kind of unbelievable how what people have been doing now. Okay, so number one, I have to tell you. Listen to this guy. I would really say listen to this guy called Pina Colada Blues.
Mm-hmm.
His real name, his real name is Kevin Shaji. He
Acha.
goes by the nickname of Pina Colada Blues. This
I
guy is from the south.
already like
This
the
guy,
ring of it.
yeah, this guy is from the south. He creates his own music and he collaborates with people.
Mm-hmm.
He collaborates with other people to sing South Indian songs. I think most probably Malayali or maybe
Mm-hmm.
Tamil. I do not know the exact language, so I won't comment on that. But South Indian. He
Mm-hmm.
recently put out his album called Once Upon a Blue Moon. His
Okay.
album's name. Okay, so it's a must listen. And out of that, I will also say a track which I love. It's called Tennale.
Acha.
Tennale. Thenale. Tennale. He
Tenale, okay.
has it's amazing the way he does that.
Awesome.
Next, what I'll say, I'll give you a single, which is not a new single, but
Mm-hmm.
this song stuck with me for a very long, long time. It is still sticking with me.
Mm-hmm.
It is called For Anita. For Anita is basically a song done by this bass player called Hash Bass. His
Acha.
name is Harshit.
Okay.
Harshit is basically an indie. He is basically, I think he's a sessions bassist, and he
Mm-hmm.
also produces music as well. And he's also like he plays he's also a music producer, but
Mm-hmm.
he's a bassist number one. He goes by the name of Hash Bass.
Awesome. I hope our
So
producer is listening to all this and noting down the names for future guest list in the show.
yeah, please do so, because that guy, I feel like, first of all, he plays the bass like anything.
Mhm.
But the song for Anita is basically for his mom, who I
Acha.
think
I
died
was guessing something like that. Yeah.
last year. I think she died. And and he has collaborated with people like Shubha Mudgal, who
Mhm.
gives the vocals,
Mhm.
and Blackstrat Blues for the lead.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God! So it's just
It's
amazing
just
what
the
I've been
sound I
listening.
like. Yeah. Wow.
Oh
Awesome.
my God, the
Awesome.
way he does it, it's amazing. Thirdly, I have given two indie. I'll give a third, which is not indie, but it is from an international artist, which I will really, really tell people, especially the hip hop people, to listen to,
Mhm.
but also the non hip hop people.
Mhm.
Album called is this album called I'll tell you the album name because I'm searching, called Breathing Exercises. The
Okay.
album called Breathing Exercises by a UK grime duo called Frankie Stew and Harvey Gunn. So
That's right.
basically, these two guys have been in the UK grime scene for a long time, but
Mhm.
I suddenly stumbled upon them when I was just playing random grime music one day at my place, like while doing some reading. I
Interesting.
heard this song called Dream Factory. In the album Dream Factory, in the album Breathing Exercises by the duo Frankie Stew and Harvey Gunn. Just listen, it's mellow, and the rap in that, the guy is as if he's speaking to you. He's not even rapping.
Oh,
He's having a conversation through his music. So
that's
for
actually
me,
the essence of good rap music. I mean,
it's like that whole hyper masculine rap which we hear nowadays, right?
yeah.
I am not totally into it, although I like rap music and I love rap.
It
But
happened to me
this
very late. Earlier, I was not really,
yeah,
finding any ways to relate to it. But yeah, no, I would
exactly.
like to cut you short here because
Yeah, yeah,
we have to finish two
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
songs with you.
yeah, yeah. Of
The
course.
next one is on Floyd. I had one question to ask on Floyd.
Please
Uh,
do so. Please.
I remember that you had told me about making the song with a few other you know
Yeah,
pretty legendary people
yeah.
in Calcutta. Just
Yes,
talk us through
yes.
that experience in a nutshell
Oh,
and sing us the
can't.
song.
Okay, do you want to hear Floyd only or something else? Is
Two more songs, Floyd and something else.
cool, perfect. So one, like, number one, I think I was blessed to work with people like Moinak Nak Chaudhuri, Raja Chaudhuri,
Hmm.
and Indrodip Dasgupta, and all these people, because these guys are like legendary in the indie circuit. Especially if I have to talk about
Hmm.
Moinak Da.
Hmm.
Moinak Da, I
Vampira,
have been
yes.
listening to since Bumpy Da. Like, I didn't
Mhm.
even realize it's the same Bumpy Da, because I remember it from the days he gained a bit of weight, but now he's so slim, I didn't even realize it.
Mhm.
And then when I realized Bumpy Da was playing the bass in my song, I'm like, I was blown. And they made the
Amazing.
song something, and it's something else. I mean, they made the song into something which I could not even imagine. And it is such a
Mhm.
learning experience for someone like me, who is
Mhm.
into the scene so new. So
Mhm.
for me, whatever songs I recorded with them has been a learning journey for me, where I was listening to them, what they had to say about my song.
Mhm.
And I am so thankful to each and every one of them for doing justice to it, and more than justice, man. And I would really say that if you get the chance to work with people like that,
Mhm.
just leap at it. Just leap at it, because the not only your songs will come out very well, but after the songs are done, you will go in your next recording with such a perspective, it will be completely different. So
I understand.
going into that, if I can just sing a bit of Floyd,
Mhm.
although I'll just keep the Floyd song a bit short, because it's there on Spotify as well. And
Yes.
recently, uh, uh, also my second single is out, guys. It's also called Azure. It's
Mhm.
also out there on Spotify and all the major streaming platforms.
Awesome.
So you will be able to hear it there as well. I hope you like.
I love the way you say guitar in the song. It's very much like Anjun Dotto says purono guitar. So that's one thing that struck me in the morning.
She loves me with her six strings all unwind. Comforts and caresses me when I'm feeling left behind. She's there when I'm lost. She'll be there when I find the eyes in her hollow body watches me tonight. She waits in silence always. Me and my guitar playing this song like the old days. She waits in silence always. Me and my guitar playing this song like the old days.
Awesome. This song is very catchy because of the emotions I feel, and the way you have expressed it. It's so beautifully expressed, and the guitar lines are actually amazing. It has that splash of nostalgia on your face right there, you know. So I mean, that's how, I mean, how you basically make a song your baby. You know, this is what happens when you are working with people who have been there, done that for many years, right? So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
really helps. But yeah, thank you, Ayushman, for doing this with us. This brings us
yeah,
towards
of
the
course.
end of the session. We would like to end with a
Yeah.
song for sure. But before we close, we would like to wish you all the best for your future
Thank you so
assignments,
much, man.
whatever you do on
Thank you
Spotify,
so
whatever
much.
you've been doing on YouTube, your podcasts. You know, may all the great people come and join you. And yeah, I mean, the fact that you have already started a process which probably
Yeah,
makes me very positive about that things will be, only can be great from here on. So
yeah,
yeah, let's
yeah.
hear the last
Thank
song,
you
and
so much.
we'll end that on a very musical note and on a very indie note.
Perfect. Okay, so so for the last song, what I'll do is I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek on what I have been preparing.
Mhm.
It's a it's a song which I will be recording, and I just wrote half of it. So I'll just make you listen to the half of the song because the second bar isn't written yet.
Mhm.
The song is called Half Past Seven. I
Mhm.
won't explain the song because the song will be explained later when I release it. So I
Awesome.
wanted to just end the session with something new and something incomplete because then there will be a expectation for something complete in the later days when it all when it releases. Cool.
Great.
A moment to look it through, spaced out in time, and finally I let it be. In the slipstream of my mind, hold on, don't you see? I beg you please, can bear to own my sanity, reality. What a sight to behold! I see myself in a desert, a mirage of emptiness. The dunes are dancing in the shadow, and it's here I make my bed, breathing it in, screaming so loud, all alone on the highway to heaven. And it's only 7:30. You come as you please, cool as a breeze. Look at me now as I say, baby, please, will you take me to my knees? Oh yeah.
Wow, that was an amazing song. I mean, I think the best part about your music is like it's so lyrical that it stays with you even if the song is over. I mean, it keeps lingering on. Thank you so much, Ayushman, for joining us tonight, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Good night.
Thank you so much, Rit, for having me. Good night to you too. Thank you.